double nade them down to half HP about 10 seconds into the round, you know that the contact mid play is coming out. You play completely retake up on the jungle and the brackets area, sit in library, you sit back in CT spawn for when people aggress, you sit in the corner of the A bomb site and punish anybody pushing through dig and the moto area as last round. But if you don't put your crosshair on the opponent, they don't die and they'll still kill you.
Well, machine gun does go down to Perry, but that gives away Perry's positioning. No utilities here for the Mongols just to nade in there or anything like that, but Mara might still get the kill and does. Headshot onto Perry. It's a timeout for MVP. And I mean, it's pretty early days, to be honest, to have a timeout here, but the fact that this first half is kind of shaping up like the first half of Mirage, maybe not the worst idea to actually time out this early.
I'm a pretty big fan, especially in this 2 timeout format, to go for the earlier timeout. You don't want to let the half get out of control. You'd rather just get on top of it faster and try to get some rounds growing earlier rather than later.
Yeah, I suppose they've got 2 timeouts, so using one early on in the piece does still at least leave you with another one for later on. But I don't know if it's going to necessarily help too much here. The Mongols really don't seem to be under all that much pressure. That last round was a win for the T's, a bye round as well for the CTs. So could be back onto the eco, though they will have that 4-round losers bonus. So they might be able to force into it, but I kind of just want to see the Mongols, or sorry, I want to see MVP just go for a full double eco, make sure that their economy's up to scratch. They can get the AWP on HSK, they can get the full utilities out on everyone, because so far they're not giving themselves the best chance to win these rounds on the CT side.
Yeah, well, that saving of the umps and the FAMASs left them with only in the last gun round getting some M4s, smokes, Molotovs, but that's no AWP on HSK, and in general they seem very timid when approached by any aggression of any sort from the Mongols, regardless of how many players are in that area of the map. Even seeing some Mongols players pushing one area by themselves, such as NCL in the pistol round. He didn't even have armor with that Glock, he just had a flash and a smoke. And he used that utility to get a complete rotation out of MVP. Because they're playing so timidly, they weren't even willing to take a little bit of a peek to check, is it just NCL? It's the whole team there? They're not willing to take that risk, and although they did close that round out, those kind of mistakes are going to be the death of them if they continue to occur.
Pistols only here for MVP. Quick early banana control out from the Mongols, courtesy of one simple Molotov to push out into the apartments.
And they have one singular player there, now going to 2. Oh, they're just getting spammed by Sogu through the wall. You vote on a timeout.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, you vote on a timeout. Let's make a tactical adjustment. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to shoot you through the wall.
All right, boys, don't worry about it. Look, it's only 4 rounds. You know, we'll come into the next round, we'll take the eco, and then that happens. And it's just like, that just destroys your hopes and dreams again. Or imagine if that second player or that third player died as well. That would have just been poetic justice. But the Mongols more interested in the B bomb site, which is where Zeph is boosted up, 27 HP. Perry as well looks like he wants to take first contact, but Zeph is spotted. Sogu dispatches of his own teammate, but also gets Perry, so that's fine. 1v2 now. And Solo, maybe this is a round that he can clutch out if he hits a couple of nice shots. That's all he needs, 2 shots. He's got an AK, and he's got himself onto the site. Mongols, I don't think, spotted him out on that cross from construction. So he's going to be able to completely clear the site, but he needs to move quickly. He does not have a defuse kit. There wouldn't be one dropped on this site. And he takes the P250 out. Why? Just to run a little bit faster, I guess. Not that it helps. His machine gun is watching the angle, and the Mongols now secure 5 in a row. Bye will come out here, though, for MVP. Their money is looking excellent. They should have an AWP in the hands of HSK. They should have almost all the utilities that they would want.
Yeah, look, you said that Solo needed 2 shots. None of the MVP players are hitting any shots, so he hits none again. And there's nothing just about what's happening to MVP happening at the moment. honestly, I have a bit of a theory. Maybe MVP's just chosen to play for stats, so saving a lot of weapons, getting their KD up, and then not attending Oakland. I mean, that's pretty good for your stats. Getting stopped by Europeans doesn't work too well for your stats, as Mongols rush through to smoke up Nana there. Once again, tagging Mongols down to an inch of their life is MVP, but an inch is enough for them to continue running into the B-bomb site, Elfish.
Yeah, HSK, what can he do with the AWP? Solo does peek around in a great spot and gets one. No trade coming out there from the Mongols, but HSK misses his shot. Mara will take him down. The fire does burn him alive. 1 minute left on the clock, and unfortunately for all the Mongols, the bomb is stuck in an awful spot. Sogu, did he hear Glow? I think he might have, and he spots him out. Great duel there from Sogu. And now suddenly this becomes a more winnable situation. He's got 50 seconds left to work with. He needs to find one kill, and he knows where the bomb is, so he pretty much knows where the CT is going to be. Somewhere on the B bomb site.
He's taking his sweet time, though, through this CT spawn, and he only has 38 seconds to work with. He has got a full set of utility. Solo in a pretty good spot to win this round, I would say, but you know what? MVP's been in pretty good positions, and unfortunately, unless Solo hits this shot, which he does, finally MVP grabs himself around, but One Alive is hardly convincing. Some of their players have only got about 3.5k to work with. Solo's going to drop the AWP over onto HSK, so maybe that'll help lift his spirits a little bit.
Well, HSK has only got 2 frags in 7 rounds so far, so not sure how much faith I'd be putting into him at this point, though I do think that he's probably been, across the board in the last couple of weeks, the best player on the MVP lineup. Still not showing up right now here on Inferno. And MVP, their bye this round is worse than what they had in the last round. So here's an opportunity for the Mongols just to reset them and completely shut them out of the first half like they did on Mirage. Mara, though, peeking into HSK. And HSK this time does not miss.
I mean, he hasn't really had an opportunity to miss. The economy game from MVP has not really afforded him an AWP up until this point. Now he has got it. I'm sure things will turn around for him. But that is only guaranteed upon the contingency that Mongols tries to play slow, in which this round they are playing fairly slow. Walking around the map, Mara walks directly into his crosshair. Let's see if anybody else feels so nice.
Smoke available there on the B site from Zeph, and that's going to come down relatively late in the round. It's going to buy them a little bit more time, and so when this smoke does dissipate, it'll be like 35 seconds, 30 seconds. Mongols pushing in, but Machine Gun, he decides to go for a bit of a peek over it. Does he spot Zeph out there with that jump? I don't believe he would have.
Probably would have reacted to it if he did.
Yeah. Smoke goes down though. Molotovs do come across, but this is going to be a fake from the looks of things. You can see that Zilkin has managed to get himself all the way up to the top of carpets. The bomb rotates back over to A. Not so sure about that idea from the Mongols. I believe the B players would have probably heard them rotating off. And this fake has not been sold very well. Zilkin will get dropped. NCL as well goes down to Glow. And the bomb lands on the balcony. This Machine Gun finds himself in a 1v4. If he can do more damage, that'd be great. But not able to get anything done there. And so MVP to secure a third.
Let's see who the timeout is for. Possibly a technical, although it could be a tactical, for Mongols. Already.
Yep.
Interesting. I mean, I don't really think Mongols have too much to say about that last round other than, come on guys, let's not give this HSK guy too many picks.
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably not a good idea.
It really did seem that it was just everyone walking one by one into HSK's AWP, and clearly did not work out. I mean, if you're going to give him shots like that, he's very rarely going to miss them. He's generally a pretty consistent AWPer, I find. But still plenty of money in the coffers of the Mongols. So they will be, again, buying into this coming round. Pressure does not relent for MVP, but at least they've managed to string 2 together, which is not something that they could have said for their first half of Mirage.
See if the Mongols are going to, off the back of losing a little bit of momentum to that HSK AWP, go for some quicker plays, especially with some good utility. They should be plenty organized to do such a thing on a map like Inferno, because it is their pick.
Kind of hard to keep going here for MVP though. If they just lose this next round, again, they're just going to be put back onto a poor buy. They've already lost the first map, 16-6. They're starting to lose their second map. But, I mean, maybe this is the beginning of a little bit of a comeback for MVP. 2 rounds in a row. They force Mongols onto a tactical pause. They are on what we would generally consider a good map for them. Inferno, it's MVP are no slouches on Inferno. If you think back to Zen Season 1 finals, they were just destroying everyone on that map.
But I think the thing is that their playstyles changed a little bit with HSK moving into the lineup, and that's definitely taken a hit on how fine-tuned their Inferno was.
Right.
And that might just be a result of how ingrained Termi might have been in some of the strategies, especially with how heavy the utility usage was out of this PK side. Now that Termi's gone from the roster, they might only have Glow, who's sort of playing that really hard supportive role. It's a bit a little bit easier to execute some of those more in-depth, you know, utility-heavy strategies when you have multiple people who are more dedicated to that kind of thing. Although all of them would be needed to do it. However, incorporating an AWP into those kind of things can be difficult sometimes. However, it's interesting to see that in general MVP's strategies on the CT side have evolved quite a bit. They seem to send HSK towards the jungle side with the AWP, as opposed to how they used to play it when they leave solo Nana with the AWP.
Well, we do every now and then actually see HSK in the banana, but so far in these first 8 rounds, it doesn't seem as though MVP have really had the economy to actually take that control of banana that we're used to seeing. Machine Gun doing a bit of a 360 there when he lands in the pit doesn't really work out too well for him, and Solo's position has been given away here, but he is still being a problem for the Mongols, particularly given that they really don't have any control across the site at all. Mara, the lone survivor, just gets absolutely demolished, and the MVP, this is starting to look a little bit better for them now.
4K there from Glow in the pit, holding like a rock.
That's what you want out of your pit player.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure, along with all the little trees and flowers, he will bury the rest of the Mongols in there too.
Oh. Wow.
Let's just skip past that one as Mongols goes for a force buy. That's pretty interesting, Elfish Guy.
Yeah, it just seems like they don't want to relent here on MVP PK, but here's another opportunity for MVP to find another round and find a pretty convincing round, build that economy up on the CT side and really start to work their way back into this series, which the Mongols kind of didn't allow them to do on Mirage at all, but it seems like they are being allowed to do that here on Inferno. Mara gets some information at the top of mid, but realistically speaking, it's nothing of real value. Bit of control there as well, as they do force the CT back.
Mara very aggressive up the top of brackets here, close to jungle. Let's see if he's going to overextend into HSK's AWP. And you got to stop walking into his crosshair, boys. It's just not going to work out for you. No utility expended there from Mara. He just, no real need for him to go for that aggressive peak. And Machine Gun, I think it was Zilkenberg actually doing a similar thing up the top of mid without Diggity really being covered too well.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of a change has come across the Mongols now. We're not seeing them work so well in unison. They're kind of going one by one, and I don't know, maybe they just got overconfident and they're just keen to take some aim duels, and things are starting to fall apart a little bit for them, though. Machine Gun has gotten one onto Zeph. The B-bomb site is looking a little bit lacking here for MVP, but Perry still anchoring over there. The molly does not hit him, but Machine Gun does. And now the B site is open as the bomb gets planted. The Mongols now looking much better in this round. Zilken, do not peek that corner. HSK does not punish him. Was not watching the correct angle.
4 versus 3 here for Mongols. Interesting little smoke on the end of Ruins here as Sogu coming in to help out his buddies. MVP posturing up main as they go for the retake. Molotov onto Zilk's position. I don't think it's going to reach him. Glow jumping up onto the site. And Solo actually kills Sogu. And 1 for 1 there. Onto the bomb side is HSK, but retaking with that AWP is no easy feat. And Machine Gun going absolutely ham and cheese in that round. And difficult money situation for PK, but they can't let Mongols run away with this one. They can't let Mongols' economy get too strong. And they are going to buy into this one. Let's see if Glow's going to drop over an AWP or maybe an extra rifle. HSK's got enough for an AWP, so he's going to pick up that one.
Well, as Zeph got just a UMP here. Some utilities out for MVP, but their money is looking not amazing. Like you said, a couple of those rounds costing them a bit. The money just not built up as much as you'd like here on Inferno. So the Mongols, again, favorable into this position. Not sure what this was about. Looks like
500 loss.
MVP's having some issues again, so that's going to be a dead round. We're restoring it, and yeah, well, that I've never seen that before actually. I guess no one spotted anyone else. That must be why they could restore the round. So that's fair enough.
Look at those beautiful little fish.
It's 2D fish.
Hopefully, no one goes B and blows them up.
Is MVP going to go for the same buy? Do they have to? I don't think they do. Looks like it's going to be pretty much the same, though. Well, there's an M4 on Zeph and a UMP on Solo. So they have changed up the buy a little bit. They've got 2 M4s.
HSK waiting for the flash to come out of mid so that he can go for the pick. It never comes, so he's going to pretty much deduce that that means someone's holding mid with an AWP, and he really does not want to throw away a pick at this point in the game. This might be the crucial round of this half that really determines who comes out ahead in it.
Could be the crucial round of the map, even if this first half does go the way of the first map's first half. Zilkin goes for a peek into Banana. Does not spot anyone out. Obviously, both the MVP players holding very far back onto the site. Zeph set up for a flashbang for Perry, which is, generally speaking, their standard setup here. Obviously, Perry rotates his position across accordingly. Sometimes he's up on that boost. Sometimes he's positioned where he is, and sometimes in CT or coils. But a lot of the time, Zeph just holds that angle with that flashbang ready for if the push does come out from the Mongols, which it does seem as though it may be coming in just a second, and MVP is reading it pretty well. HSK rotating over to the B site. Here come the Molotovs. Zeph somehow isn't burning alive. Oh, yes, he is. He's going to go down. Zilkin gets 2 entries. HSK hiding in the smoke here next to the coils. Cannot deny that bomb plant, but makes some noise. Zilkin will know where he is. Or will he? He's not looking.
He's probably just going to try and save now.
Zilkin's like, whoa, hang on, what's going on here?
Oh, man. HSK almost got away with that one. And,
jeez.
You know, Perry could be on the coils, could be on top of the fountain, but at this point he may as well be on top of a chicken wing, as he gets nothing done in that round.
How does that even make sense?
What?
He might as well be on top of a chicken wing.
Yeah. Never mind, it's gone totally over Elfish's head. As
it has.
MVP's going to go for a save into this one. That was a pretty bad round for them to lose.
It's a pretty bad joke, Billy. Oh my god, alright. This is a CT eco out from MVP. And that again gives the Mongols an advantage coming into that round. And wow, that was a bit of a... Geez, that was like an artillery strike. Grenades raining from the sky. And Perry's going, oh damn, what's going on here? So Mongols suddenly 2-player advantage, full guns. B site's open, should be 8 rounds. 3-player advantage now. MVP letting it slip again. Solo, I thought he disconnected, but he's still there.
He's just having a bit of a think.
He's having a drink in that fountain.
Yeah. Gonna need to get up some strength if MVP is going to do anything in this half. The Mongols off the back of that last round and this anti-eco should build themselves up some nice money, provided that they don't... Oh, Glow's going to shoot someone. I was going to say that probably the only way they could have won that round is if Glow hides in the pit or Solo kills everyone with just a USP. 4-8 for the Mongols. I think BK already took their pause now. So they're just going to buy up. Saw an AWP, probably over onto HSK. Maybe chuck him in Nana this time. That'll might be a nice little adjustment, as it doesn't really look like the Perry, I think it's Zeph combo in B is working too well for them. No, they're really not getting too much done over there. So HSK is going over to Banana. This looks like the old kind of strat from MVP. Get that deep banana smoke. You can see, I think it was Perry setting up for it. But still, the Mongols have decided to push in. And HSK has rotated back over towards
the A bomb site. So, fortunately for you, Pilly, no rotation coming out from MVP, though Perry's going to go for a boost here. Zilken somehow survives that. He's going to be thanking his lucky stars for that one. The smoke does come down. He falls back out of it. I have no idea how Zilken lives there. But it is just what it is.
It's just one of those classic cases of the spectator smoke, the Go TV smoke. From your perspective, look like fairly straightforward
Yeah, I guess.
thing, but from his perspective, you know what? Things look different to different people. Don't take your perspective for granted.
All
Jordan.
smokes are beautiful.
Right. All smokes
doesn't matter what they look
plume
like.
in their own way, their
Yeah.
own individual way.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. We're all about smoke equality.
5 versus 4 here for Mongols once again. Perry on top of the fountain. And he's white, and he's probably dead.
Well, he is dead. Zeph as well is dead. And perhaps Glow, no. Machine Gun not continuing the peak, but he is now dead. As Machine Gun re-peaks, HSK will get the trade eventually, but it's a very small consolation prize at this point. 4 versus 1, and it looks like they're keen to find HSK here. NCL is going to run right into him, but the jump saves him, and HSK is dead, which means the Mongols have secured a very, very nice round. 4-9.
Oh man, what do you do as MVP? You're down a map, you're down 5 rounds. Mongols just won a really crucial round, and you're still out of money. You don't have the money for the AWP that's been the only real point of success for you in this half. I guess you have to save for the last round. Hope for a 10-5 consolation prize on the favoured-ish kind of half.
Yeah, it's consolation prizes. Probably maybe more like wooden spoon prize, I guess, because you're still coming last.
Hey,
Still
second.
If you're not winning, you're losing, Pilly.
Jesus Christ. What about smoke equality? What happened to you, Jordan? 1 round and
You were such a nice boy.
you became so pessimistic. What happened in your life?
The 10-4 T-side for the Mongols. That's what happened so far.
The Mongols came and killed all my Korean friends. As HSK picks himself up the AWP for this last round of the half. See if he's able to get anything done with it. The rest of them have utilities and everything. And hopefully that will make good work for them, as they should be able to stop some of the aggression from Mongols, and then maybe they'll be able to get a pick and close out the man advantage. The only other way... Ooh, Zilken blast up Nana here. Gets punished for it, luckily.
Yep, no trades out from the Mongols either. Solo spots out 1. Not sure if he spotted any more, but he is going to be pushed. Does get a little bit more information there. And a very nicely played by Solo. Just backing out until he's comfortable taking the duel. Eventually does win it. Now it's 3 versus 5 as the Mongols enter in towards the A bomb site. Solo in good spot. But really, it's Glow that's the key here. Watching that site. Should be able to deny the bomb plan here. Should just be able to clean the round up. He gets absolutely destroyed, though. Maybe there's a plant available here for the Mongols. A lot of damage being done, though. Sogu does not win this. 2 HP versus 4. And he will go down 10-5 after the first half, though, for the Mongols. It's a great start to map number 2. And they should be able to close it out here 2-0 over MVP. We shall see if they can just after this.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
We're back into the second half between the Mongols and MVP PK on map number 2. Mongols leading 1-0, also leading 10-5 after that first half. And so things are looking pretty bright for them heading into second half. But that dink on to Zilken does slow things down a little bit there for the Mongols. Still 4-1 is the stack from the Mongols, and unfortunately for them at the moment, they are stacked on the wrong bomb site. So MVP do seem to be a little bit more interested over towards B.
Definitely do, and it's going to be pretty tough here for Zilkin to play out the rest of this round without half of his head, as MVP smoking off CT and the arch area. Flash is coming over the top. Let's see if Glow's going to actually nade him out. Doesn't matter when HSK shoots him through the side of a coffin and a smoke. It's a really good start for the MVP side. That's what they need. As HSK goes for the bomb plant. Mara trying to wallbang. Not even sure if that's possible with the USB. Maybe it is. As it's a 5 versus 4 retake. NCL's got himself a smoke and a kit. And MVP's in pretty good positions.
Pretty far forward though. If Machine Gun can get HSK, that'd be big. And Perry gets spotted out as well. So the positions are known of the T's. NCL does drop a smoke. I wonder if someone's going to go for a defuse. Nope, does not look like it. As the Mongols just get absolutely wrecked. And that's the problem. Sometimes if you leave the B bomb site open like that, means that the T's get in there easy. And it's very, very impossible really to retake 5v5 when you're walking into a close angle like that with the Glocks. And I mean, yeah. What are you going to do really?
Buy up a bunch of pistols and try to shoot him this time. Last round's pistol didn't work. Let's go for pistol number 2. This time we got more money.
Yep, we got some armor as well.
Twice the money, twice the chances of winning. Right, Elfish Guy?
That's it.
I don't think that's how that works, but alright.
Oh, well, if you say so. Solo gets Zilkin with a grenade. They're opening early for MVP.
That's what they need. They really need to take this one out if they want to go to Oakland.
I think they do. Sogu does manage to survive there somehow and just decides to throw it all away and gets absolutely wrecked. MVP, very easy entry onto the A site. Be quite happy to see NCL and Mara just sit here and save their armor. Not much that they can do.
Would probably be a good opportunity. NCL picks himself up a deagle as well from one of his fallen comrades. He's going to save that into the next round, which they will be saving in anyway. When are you taking me to Oakland, Jordan? Be honest.
I don't know, maybe one day. Depends on how nice you are to me.
Jesus Christ. Alright. NCL takes 1 damage from the bomb. Not sure if he'll be able to recover from that one. MVP going to have to buy up some more utilities, as those utilities seem to be really minimizing the risk that they take in Mongols players killing them and getting them a couple kills and damage before the round really plays out, which is, they really need every edge that they can get, so they should keep doing that.
Looks like it's a 4-stack into mid, perhaps, from the Mongols, and that's not going to work out. Zev gets a 2-man spray down. HSK for the trade, and Mara charging forward in Banana as well. Gets a bit of a dink over onto Solo, and actually kills HSK somehow. NCL not able to get anything done there with his deagle. The bomber is going to be charging up towards the B site. And the plant is going to go down easily for MVP. NCL looks like he might even just want to save this armor through to the next round.
He will indeed.
Yeah.
Perhaps he'll put that deagle to use in the gun round. Or maybe he'll just buy an SMG. Maybe a shotgun.
Maybe a Negev.
I don't think so. That's ridiculous.
And the shotgun isn't?
Not really. You can use it in carpets. Hey, look. I'm all for gun equality, except for Negevs. They can get out of my country.
All guns matter.
Except for Negevs.
Even Negevs. Maybe the Negev is the perfect gun for someone. Negev, if you're listening, there's someone out there that wants to use you.
That doesn't sound very nice when
No.
you put it that way.
I didn't realize it was going to end up like that. Mongols, though, no Negev, no shotgun. Only M4s matter, apparently. Everyone matters, but some are just better than others.
Story of my life.
Ouch.
As Molotov coming out here onto the top of Banana. And just as I suspected, it At least so far in this half, MVP seem to be a little bit better on the T side than on their CT side. A bit more on the same page. Using their utility pretty well. Fairly well spread out as well. See how Machine Gun goes in this apartments when Perry and Zeph have a bit of a go at him. He's got his old mate Sogu, so we're going to have a 2-on-2 in apartments. No guns, only fists. As MVP grabs a bit of banana control, they're going to walk their way up to mid. And there's no one on the jungle side. And I think it's a 4-stack here for Mongols, so this is going to work really badly for MVP.
Yep, as you predicted, it's all going the way of the Mongols, and it's just a really weird sort of a CT setup for the Mongols. They pretty much always only have that one player over towards the B site. This time it does work. Now that they've got the guns in their hands, they close out around 4 guns alive. Second half does not seem to be really starting off too much better than the first half did for MVP. Obviously, they got the pistol and they got the couple of rounds off it, but first gun round super convincingly goes the way of Mongols. MVP, though, will have a buy-through next one. So there's still a chance for them here. But I don't know. Mongols being able to shut that out so easily makes me feel pretty confident about them here on this CT side. But 8-11, it's not the worst kind of a scoreline. Still doable for MVP.
Definitely is. They're going to use their utility up towards the top of mid, and it looks like they're going to go for that quick mid play that the Mongols likes to employ so well. Smoke out onto the diggity area, flash up the top, and pouring out of the jungle area. Let's see what Mara's going to be able to do as the MVP players make their way pretty quickly into his crosshair. Not much, unfortunately.
Oh, Sogu's in such a good spot, but the aim is not quite on point. Eventually, the spray down does actually hit HSK, but he really could have gotten a lot more done there. NCL needed to hit that shot cleanly onto the player into Cemetery, into Graveyard, if he was going to be able to get anything done in that round. I mean, Glow and Solo are very low here. So it's still kind of doable here for NCL, particularly considering he gets a clean kill there onto Perry, but he doesn't have much time to work with. So looks like he's just going to back out here and save his gun.
He is indeed, and he's going to try and save that one into the next round. Bomb plant down for PK, and they have 3 alive, but they're not running away fast enough to survive at this rate. Looks like they are going to make their way out of there, and NCL's not really in any position to sort of punish them on the exit, so they are going to retain 3 of their players with AKs and armor, which is exactly what you want to see if you're a PK fan. They need to build up that economy. Mongols is the team not building up that economy.
Should be just an eco out from the Mongols. Maybe a couple of P250s purchased or CZs to give some sort of backup, but is this going to be a force? Machine Gun gets given the M4. NCL's got his knife out, so it's all CZs and a P250. Some armor across the board there as well. So Mongols are giving themselves an in for this round. That is the armor and the CZs and the rifle, of course. Machine Gun with that rifle. Give the power player the weapon that can make the impact. But again, the solo hold on the B site from Mongols is going to be more or less abused by MVP PK.
Nifty little Molotov going out there onto the boost area. Lots of Molotovs and Spam going into the smoke as they firing squad Mara down. And he has no friends in position to try to stop PK from their conquest of the B-bomb site. They will be bringing all their little plastic baggies and they'll be taking those goldfish home.
Yep. Just fish them out of the pond. Out of the, what is it? Yeah, it's a pond, I guess.
Fountain.
Fountain, yeah, that's the word I was looking for, actually. Zilkin might be able to get an exit frag here. Get away with an AK. Be nice. Solo's very close. Doesn't really check the angle too well. An AK not quite retrievable. NCL kind of sacrifices himself to give Zilkin a chance to get the AK, but it's not going to happen. So Zilkin will just have to fall back with the CZ and armor. While Machine Gun is still hanging on to the M4.
timeout from the Mongols, I would imagine.
I would probably agree. And it is indeed attack pause from the Mongols. Bit to talk about now because this second half is really not going too well for them. They've played 7 rounds and lost 6 of them. MVP's doing well on this T side, like you said. Perhaps this is the weakness for Mongols, or perhaps the strength of MVP might be a better way of saying it.
You can just call me a wizard if you like.
There's already a player called that, mate.
That's true.
Can't have that name.
Yeah. That is very true. I'm just going to have to stick with silly old Pilly.
I like that one.
Thanks. There's tons of things that are wrong with that. I'm sure you could think of a few.
I've got one in my mind. Starts with W and it rhymes with Illy.
How old are you, Jordan?
23. Birthday was a couple of weeks ago, actually.
How was that?
I think I was actually casting. I don't remember what I was casting. Might have been... No, it wasn't Zen. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't. But anyway, it was... yeah, it was good.
I'm happy for you, as Mongols may not be too happy at the moment. They're talking through their options. Will they AWP on one of their 3 players who enjoy that role? Mara was pretty good on the AWP, and that's what we haven't seen from them on their CT side.
T side?
Oh, sorry. T side.
Yeah. Do you like the AWP on T side, Inferno? Because I'm not really a huge fan of it, to be honest.
Yeah, not too much of a fan either. It's good for punishing the CT aggression, and it can be good in the post-plant once you get onto that B-bomb site.
But aside from that, it's difficult to use, I think. The rifles, of course, are a little bit more flexible, I suppose. I mean, maybe you can hold down the banana line with the AWP on the T side, or you can hold down mid, but aside from that, I don't really think there's many angles that you're going to want to have an AWP over a rifle in.
Definitely not. Mongols got a pretty good buy here. MVP fighting back. They want to go to Oakland.
How much do they want to go to Oakland, though? So the Mongols going to have to try and hold off another onslaught from MVP PK. Holding in front of the smoke now in Banana. Not seeing too much there. So it is going to be an A hit out from MVP. Mara needs to take this first frag and will just get absolutely wrecked by HSK. Machine gun with the 2-man spray down though. And that's going to even things up. 3 versus 3. Sogu pushing into carpets. Gets 1. And now the Mongols poised to potentially take a round win. They desperately need at this point as well.
They desperately do, as MVP's got themselves on a little bit of a roll, but there's one thing that you cannot count out. It is Solo in an XVX situation. He plays them so damn well. And almost catches off one of the Mongols players. I believe that's Silken, and in response, Silken's going to charge straight at him and shoot him straight in the face.
Zeph now the only one left alive here in the pit. 1v2, it's doable for him. That's a great flashbang, and he drops NCL. Now Zilken needs to hit a very sharp shot onto Zeph, who has the Pika's advantage here. And Zilken, he's looking in the wrong angle. MVP BK find another round. Zeph, great clutch from him.
Absolutely. Keeping PK on their desired track, perhaps, and keeping Mongols out of the game, more importantly, economy-wise. As we do see NCL on the top of the scoreboard. Pretty balanced across the board from everyone else. General frag count from every player on the server pretty close together, apart from Perry, but Perry can be excused for he is pretty much running into the bomb site first 90% of the time.
Another eco out from the Mongols. They have really struggled to get that economy off the ground. Every time they get a gun round, they either lose it or they win it, and then they lose the next round. Bit of damage out, though. That's great, actually, from the Mongols. Not sure how that's happened, but it's a 3 versus 5. The A-bomb site's completely open, though, and the MVP guys are aware of it. They're making their way in, and they probably are going to get there before the Mongols are going to get into any reasonable positions to hold onto it. Mara did manage to find an AK. Aside from that, though, the buy's obviously still bad for the Mongols. I think goes across to Perry. He's low. Now Zeph gets taken down by Machine Gun, and it's a 2 versus 3. Mara makes good use of the AK, and this is not great for MVP. Mongols, this might be their ticket back to Oakland as they close out a complete eco round in their favor. MVP, that is not good. 2 AKs going to be taken through as well by Mongols. Inferno still has some surprises for us left.
Yeah, you don't generally want to lose to the ecoing team. It's not really going to have a huge impact.
I did not know that, actually.
Look, Elfish guy.
This is why we get you on, for the insight.
For the in-depth analysis.
Yeah.
Years of Counter-Strike gaming have led up to this moment.
Professional player, Mitch Pilipowski, of Avant-Garde fame.
So professional. That wasn't even a professional team, though.
Mate, that was like the best team you were in.
That's not true.
What was the best team?
Pilly's Money Club.
I've never heard of them.
Exactly. So professional that a secret organization dedicated to
so
making
it's like
mad
those
esports dollars.
Where you don't... Yeah, okay. I get what you mean.
Yeah, can you stop? Look, let's not focus on the bad points of my career, and instead let's focus on this fantastic game of Counter-Strike between 2 teams who I could not put single frag to. As Zeph gets naded down to half HP, they're going to go quickly up into this carpet and thickety area. Molotov up onto the jungle side, but there is 4 Mongols players up on the A side. Mara going to continue his orb dominance, taking out Zeph. Over to you, Jordan.
It's just like the news reading. All right, MVP PK making their way into the A site. Did someone just get spammed through the wall there? I don't know, but Perry decides to go YOLOing off the balcony and lands right on top of Stogu, who rotates his position and finds another kill onto HSK. All of a sudden Glow's like, oh, where'd you guys all go? I don't know, but now I'm playing solo.
Now I feel so low. As,
that was the same word.
I'm allowed to use the same word if I use it in a different context, Jordan. As
that's absurd.
And Glow is no longer glowing. So he gets put out by ex-player whose name I did not read before the round ended. Now, MVP should have plenty of money to buy again. Unless I am... Nope. Okay. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
That's not unusual.
Some of them had money to buy, so it's slightly accurate.
I'm not sure that's how it works. But MVP is going to be on an eco, and this might just be one of, if not almost the worst time to go on an eco, because it will surely put the Mongols onto 14. A double AWP out on the CT side. This is starting to look really bad for MVP. The Mongols have finally gotten their economy in line, and they're finally getting into a position where they can win the map. But Solo gets 2 entries on the B site. I don't even know what's going on there. Eventually he does go down to NCL. But 3 versus 3. What can MVP salvage from this round?
Hopefully a couple of weaponries. Maybe even a round win. That would be pretty good, putting Mongols to 13-12, and it would really start resetting their economy.
Yep.
Rather than giving them the 14th round.
Good insight. NCL holding on to the B site solo and just takes a wide peek. Is this going to happen, Billy? There's going to be guns retrieved for MVP. The smoke is there. Zilkin doesn't spot anyone out, obviously. And now the Mongols have to retake the site, 2 versus 3. Admittedly, they've got the gun advantage. They've got some nades here as well. That one is going to do a decent amount of damage. This one might actually clean up Perry. That's good news for the Mongols. But Stogu, he needs to get in there quick with that AK. He's the key player here. And HSK watching the line with the AWP. Not sure which one he's watching. In fact, he's watching down to CT. So Stogu's got a bit more room to maneuver. But Zilkin doesn't have a shot. Stogu needs to fight. He sees a player! Apparently he doesn't see a player. And now MVP win an eco themselves. Boy, oh boy.
Backpedaling USP shot coming out there for Glow. HSK retains that AWP through the end of the round, and Jordan, NCL playing B every single time he plays passively, and he plays for the retake. But when the pressure comes down to it, Oakland's on the line. He wide peaks, and he gets shot in the face.
Yep. He could have just played that one behind coils. Didn't need to do anything. Just wait for the rotations to come across. And unfortunately, He does not, which puts Mongols again in a bit more of a precarious position where they could have been up 14 and 12 with a great economy, double AWP coming through into this round. Now they're sitting on very low money, no utilities, 13 and 12, single AWP, and Zilkin's pushing down Banana. Spots out nobody, but gets good positioning, so that's at least a bonus for the Mongols.
It is. Gives them quite a bit of information on the movements of the PK side. And once again, PK is going to give them that Nana control solo. Is just going to punish anyone pushing through the smoke a little bit too far, and they're going to opt to take the apartments control. And maybe even go for a bit of an execute onto A, flashbang out onto the jungle position, allows HSK to set up onto that angle. However, Mara doesn't really care about that anymore. He's moved on to bigger and better things and chosen to put his faith in books as he posts himself up in the library.
Still no kills coming across just yet. 50 seconds for MVP to make their way onto this A-bomb site. There's no utilities from the Mongols to hold them off. Literally 2 flashes on Mara, who is over towards the A site, to be fair, but not really in a position to get any good flashbangs in for his teammates. He's going to use both of them for himself just to slow down the progression of MVP, but 30 seconds is still plenty of time to get into the A site, and NCL is smoked off here in jungle. MVP working very methodically on their way up to the site, but the Mongols have read the situation pretty well. They've stacked 4 over. Mara gets a 1-for-1. NCL pushes the smoke, and all of a sudden, the Mongols find 3 kills. Now it's just Solo who gets demolished off the balcony, and the Mongols hold true again after losing the eco. They managed to clutch a round out.
Look at the money, Jordan.
Look at the
They've
money.
been reset.
Money,
2,500, 3,500 on 2 of their players, 4 of their players. HSK's got barely enough for an AWP. Mongols not looking too great economic-wise either. What an exciting game. As we get towards the ends of Inferno, Mongols up 14-12. They can taste Oakland, and I don't know what it tastes like. Perhaps a bit oaky.
And Landy. It wasn't even funny, Billy. Don't even laugh at that.
I didn't expect you to go with that weak one. I've broken you, Jordan.
You have.
You would usually roll your eyes and just sort of lean back and continue casting, but now you're joining in.
I've stooped to your level. After that NASA joke, it's all gone wrong.
Unfortunately, NASA not making through it to the glorious qualifiers. I don't even know if they're playing in this one.
No, I don't think they played.
Perhaps they're just a little bit above this kind of competition.
Oh yeah, a little bit too sky high.
Bit too advanced, perhaps.
They're playing in the Mars League
All right.
against the aliens that play Counter-Strike.
They're pretty good, I hear. As about the closest thing to the aliens playing Counter-Strike we have is these qualifiers for the Asian teams to go and play against the European and American teams.
Yeah, I guess. So
That's
the last
the only
tactical
thing.
pause out for the Mongols as well now.
Maybe that's why NASA's sponsoring an Asian team,
Why is that?
so that they could just continue my meme tangent.
I'm not sure that's why they're sponsoring them.
Okay.
If I'm honest.
Whatever, man.
Whatever, dude. Okay.
What would you say if you're Mongols here? Apparently this is a Mongols pause.
I don't actually know.
They like these winning pauses, don't they?
I don't even know if they can all speak English, so I'm not sure if what I say would actually really matter.
You could give it a go if you want.
I'd be like, boys, let's win.
Let's win. And
I
then-
reckon that would transfer across. You'd probably understand that.
I think that's a pretty good speech, Jordan, and
Mhm.
that's really
Uplifting.
inspired me to sit up straight and get into this round.
Oh, yes. All right, that's what I want to hear. Mongols also want to get into this round because they have a far superior buy to what MVP has got. They've got the AWP on Mara. They've got the utilities here as well. And Mara, do not peek that angle. HSK is watching. He won't. HSK falls off the line. But it's a good start into the round for the Mongols. Slow and steady for their MVP guys, though.
We really need to highlight the fact that if MVP does win this round, Mongols' economy is going to be really bad. They won't be able to buy on all of their players, most likely.
They could just eco it out, buy at 14-14.
That's getting risky territory. That doesn't taste like Oakland to me. As HSK moves his way up with the AWP
You
towards
said
top
yourself
mid.
you don't even know what it tastes like. How would you know?
Can you stop bringing up the past, Jordan? I'm trying to move forward into this beautiful 12-14 round. MVP has everything on the line here. They're trying to move their way up to brackets. MVP, a team known for using their utility to the greatest, have absolutely none left. They're going to try to go Mongol style and walk into Mara's crosshair.
Yeah, it's not going to be a fun time. I would not think Mara has been hitting some pretty nice shots with that AWP, but the shoulder peak proves the better of him, and HSK gets the kill. Now the A site is a little bit more susceptible. The B players not yet rotating across here for the Mongols. Sogu checks out the line, but in fact it's a good idea that the B players did not rotate because MVP themselves have decided that they're going to go around the world, maybe all the way to Oakland, over towards the B bomb site. Zilken is watching the line from construction though, and NCL gets one. The trade out here from Zilken. It's a 2-for-2 overall. As HSK misses the shot, the bomb is dropped, and it's 2 versus 3. The Mongols need that rotation from Sogu to come across, and HSK, he gets into the site. Zilken's in such a bad spot here, but the time is not quite going to be a problem for MVP as the bomb is going down, and Sogu, he's going to back out of here with that AK. The money is not going to be good for the Mongols.
That shoulder peak. That shoulder peak might send them to Oakland, Jordan. And you said that they went around the world with really low timer on the clock. That's like when your flight is like about to leave and you check in online in the taxi and you get there like 10 minutes before the gates close. And the lady at the desk decides that she's having a good day and she lets you on.
I've actually had a worse experience where I was still in the plane when my flight was going to leave in like 30 minutes and we were landing. But luckily, there was a storm in, where was it? Thailand. And so the plane taking off got delayed, so I still got on the second plane, the connecting flight, which was lucky. But that could have been a problem, and that could still be a problem here for MVPPK, or the Mongols. What's the buy going to be here from Mongols? I mean, they can't even really, like the eco is not going to get them that much money. They might as well just pistol armor it up here. Like, they're not going to get a buy next round anyway.
Not really.
Oh my god, Billy.
What is going on? Pistols. NCL hasn't even bought anything. He's looking at his money. He's going, why? Why are you guys buying? We need to save. Machine Gun's got himself the AWP, but the rest of them on the pistols. Come on, MVP. Known for being so disciplined, using their utilities so well. This would be a really... What is Mongols doing? They've got 5 on the A bomb site, Jordan, and the rest of PK's in Nana. They're waiting out the smoke to take B.
This is
I'm
so
losing
bad.
my mind.
Machine Gun needs to rotate right now. Mongols really like sacking their sites, don't they? And it just doesn't seem to have worked out for them at all here on Inferno. But Zeph is getting the information that MVP needs. And still no movement at all from the Mongols. Like, it doesn't even help the Mongols here if they can save all 5 guns through, because they're going to want to upgrade to things like UMPs and stuff anyway.
At least they'll have the armor, though.
They'll have the armor and maybe be able to buy a little bit more utilities off it. But Mongols now filtering over to the B side. It's too late. This is not even worth going for.
That's the definition of caught with your pants down.
Oh my goodness. Don't do this. Don't do this, Mongols.
That's like caught with your pants in the other room.
You've still got a chance. 14-13. It's going to be 14-14. Don't throw this round away. Don't throw guns away. But MVP, oh my god.
Machine Gun's angry. He's throwing his decoy at the bookshelf. He's throwing a tanty.
Yep.
Oh, Silkenberg, come on, man. Trying to save those pistols. 5v4 at the end of the round, so 4 people, according to my math, do stay alive for Mongols. They're going to get about 2k on the board, so they're not even going to be able to afford Famises. Zilken's going to die, so he's going to grab himself an M4 and Kevlar with a flash bang. Timeout coming out from someone. I've lost count. I don't think even Mongols have timeouts. It's attack from MVP on the 14-14. It's the winning tack. They don't call tacks in Asia when they lose. They call them when they win. They are convinced of that.
Yeah, MVP's last tactical pause as well here for Inferno. So neither team's got a tack left. How many tactics do they have left?
MVP, I mean, I've seen a couple. They have a lot. I just don't know how many they're using.
By production, Pilly. They've still got one more after this. Can you believe that? It said 0.
You know what? I don't think that's Oh, ruined by production. So production didn't ruin you. The production ruined the moment.
No, they ruined me.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, continue with your point.
I don't really remember what the point was. Anyway, it's 14-14, nail-biting scenario. For anybody who doesn't know what's going on, if Mongols wins this map, they go to Oakland. If they lose this map, we have one more to go through. And the last time MVP played Mongols on that map recently, what happened, Jordan?
16-13. You nearly threw me under the bus there.
With what?
What if I didn't know that?
You've been saying it all day.
All right.
Of course you know that.
What
I
if
know
I forgot?
that you know that.
What if I forgot?
Yeah, I believe in you.
Would you
That's
have
what it
saved me?
boils down to.
Oh, thanks. Who do you believe in this matchup, though? MVP or Mongols? MVP's got the better buy.
MVP.
You reckon?
I believe in MVP. Mongols, that individual flair is just, you know, a twinkle in the eye.
Machine Gun's still got the AWP.
Yes, he does. But I would throw that to Mara.
You reckon?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mara's been doing work with that. I would give him the AWP. But unfortunately, I think MVP's just a little bit too disciplined. They're on top of things.
Yep. It's 14-14.
And they get 2 shots. They get 2 shots at this map. If they can take it into overtime, Mongols, they don't really get 2 shots because of their economy. If they lose this round, they're on pistols again. We all know how that worked out last round.
Yeah.
Then again, they didn't really try to win.
That is correct. They kind of just stacked the A-bomb site. But the buy this time for the Mongols, it looks a little bit more favourable, but it's not much harder to look better than just pistols and 1 single AWP. UMP's out for NCL and Mara. M4 for Zilkin. Some utilities for the Mongols as well, and it's going to be 2 over towards B. HSK is again watching that midline. NCL boosted up. MVP playing very, very far back. Very safe to start off the round.
Not a bad call considering they have a general idea of Mongols' economy. You can't play too close when you know that Mongols has the amount of money that it limits them to the closer range weaponry. So generally you don't want to close the distance too quickly.
Zeph going for a bit of spam. Not really going to connect anything there, unfortunately for MVP. But Machine Gun. Oh my goodness, mate. This is a little bit risky. Oh my god. He's going to get it. No one pushed through the smoke. And is this going to be the individual brilliance? No, Machine Gun is flashed off the line. He's going to have to fall back into the B bomb site. But at least for the Mongols this time, they do have a player on the B side as MVP makes their way in that direction.
Couple of Molotovs saved over here on the Mongol side, but they are 4 on the A bomb side again. MVP's bread and butter has been this B execute, and it's all on Machine Gun's shoulder to defend it this time. He's trying to play anti-flash, but he doesn't know how many flashbangs they've got. That coil smoke. Oh, they're going for the wrap around through constructions. Double smoke.
This is really bad for Machine Gun, but they're making a lot of noise. He doesn't hear it. Oh, he still hits the shot. Mongols finding 3 kills. NCL, 2 of them. Now Machine Gun gets another one. Oh, it's all on fire right now, Pilly. What's going on? Tell me. Hold me tight. I don't even know. Solo. He's gotten 1, but he can't get another one. And 15 for the Mongols.
Oh, he's so excited he can't move his mouse. Oh my god. You asking how many strats do MVP have? That's another one we haven't seen.
Nope.
They pull it out in the most crucial round, and it does not work for them. That's heartbreak right there. The secret strat, they saved it all day. I mean, they've shown it before at different competitions. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. They saved the secret strat, and it lost them the round. And now, Mongols has got all the weaponry, and MVP doesn't have every single Molotov, every single flash, every single smoke that they need to dot every I and cross every T, like they usually do.
15-14 MVP PK. It's do or die now for them. This is the last round that they may play in this IEM Oakland SEA qualifiers.
Look at this though, Jordan. Sogu and NCL banking the 14-15 round on an aggressive apps play together. So many of MVP players are around this area.
Oh my goodness, Sogu gets the kill. Get out of there, mate. You've done your job. It's time to go for a holiday on the A-bomb side, or at least get a little bit safer in that direction. 5 versus 4. Mongols with a massive utility advantage. Double AWP out in their hands. How do they lose this? Maybe if Zilken goes down on that B bomb site to solo, and the B site just completely opens up, but it does seem as though Mongols are going to have a good play on this A site. Mara gets 2 before going down to Perry. It's a 2 versus 4. There's no way Mongols lose from here, Pili. Surely they're going to IEM Oakland. Machine Gun rotates over to B, and that might have been in his undoing, but Solo doesn't quite hit the shots, and Zilken under pressure here as well. And it's the double AWPs actually onto B. Oh no, Sogu's got the AWP. It's not. And Machine Gun might go down here as well. He's on 20 HP. The B side is open. Maybe MVP clutches this round out now.
Oh man,
maybe
Solo,
not.
No. He's so good in the 2-on-3s usually, and he peeks out into Machine Gun's line, gets his head completely blown off.
Perry does manage to get that frag onto Machine Gun though, and pulls it back to 2 versus 2. That timer on the bomb has been ticking away for quite a long time as well. And he's playing this one pretty nicely. Sogu, the one covering off the bomb at the moment. No defusers on just yet. Oh, it is! Oh my goodness, I didn't even hear it, but there you go. The Mongols will be going through to IEM Oakland. They've qualified 2-0 over MVP, 16-14 on Inferno. It got down to the wire, but somehow the Mongols just clutch out 2 incredible rounds.
And that is the worst kind of loss if you're on Team MVP PK. It's where you fight your absolute hardest, you pull out every secret strat into the map that you really need to take out, and instead of just getting crushed 2-0, that would be easy to accept, but when you come so close just to get knocked out, especially heading into a map like Train that you could potentially taken out.
Yeah, Train is a good map as well for MVP, but in saying that, Mongols are also pretty decent on that one, so who knows what would have happened if we had have gotten to Train, but unfortunately for MVP, we do not. 16-14, it was so close on Inferno, and there were so many rounds where, like, it could have gone either way, but unfortunately for MVP, Mongols just dig deep, and coming into that series, we wouldn't have expected MVP to go down like that, but overall, great performance from the Mongols, and just having a look at where they did come from earlier on today, they did defeat the Chiefs 2-0, good performance from them, and pretty confident, I think, from them over the Chiefs. It wasn't like it was a particularly close series, and then they move on up against MVP PK, and they get the 2-1 or the 2-0 there even as well. So 3 2-0s actually today for the Mongols. So it's been the fastest day of Counter-Strike, I suppose, that they could have got themselves, and they'll be happy. They're heading to Oakland.
They are indeed, and you know, form-wise, they definitely did overcome all the other teams at this qualifier. They just showed up today. They were feeling good, Jordan, and they smashed everyone, took them out. But we'll have to see what they do with that actual chance that they've got themselves at an overseas competition, because a lot of these Asian teams, they can best their domestic competition, they can best the teams that they're familiar with, but the team that wins the qualifier and plays well on the day is not always the team that might have played well at the international event.
Perhaps not, but we're going to have to find out when the Mongols do go and play at IEM Oakland. That is going to be the end of our broadcast, of course. Again, congratulations to the Mongols who did win out and are heading overseas to IEM Oakland. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Don't get too confident and throw this one away.
Oh, Fasha, not expecting the play from Dom. Imi reeling into the AWP as well, and suddenly Dom's from behind. Fasha, yes, to win the draw versus Dom, and Dom wins it. Then they would have had the B-bomb site, but Astra now in the 1 versus 3. Doesn't know that Mighty Max is actually towards jungle, misses the no-scope, and actually Max whiffs as well, so there's a chance for the bomber to be planted, potentially.
Incredibly awkward. Molotov goes down as well. He only got 10 seconds. They could kill him after time it potentially, but they do go for the push. He was trying to get the commit on the bomb plant, so he got the extra cash. Instead, they get nothing.
Well played CT side there from Endpoint. You saw the way they styled things on their CT side defense and their reply and their reaction to what they saw. They're expecting an A split from Connector. So you saw Mighty Max push towards ramp. He got that 1 versus 1. He won the duel. He pushed towards ramp. He gave up control of Connector. Fasha played towards CT support, holding for the push towards the vent, which we saw him get a kill there from. And then Amy went all the way back in defensive position towards Ticket Booth, and they gave up control of Connector. But still, they were in position where they could all play off of each other and get kills across the map.
They want to try and go for a bit more of a standardized play here, it seems. Go for the B take. They have the utility. They have the nades, they have the natural tools to win the round, but can they do so? Set themselves up. Early spam comes out from Yannick as he's a little bit paranoid of that smoke, not quite sure what's hiding behind it.
4-1 style of CS here. LS alone towards one, has no grenades though. Here it comes, the flash hit, the execution begins, and here comes the assault towards B.
They open up the floodgates as they want to try and explode in towards the side, but it's just all coming up Fasha right now. Furiously snuffed as he just rips his way through all of them. It's on Rezu and LS. They are going to go down. Fasha's on for the ace right now, as LS is the last man alive on that T side. He will fall to Yannick, and that's a 10-5 half.
Endpoint, after winning the pistol, it wasn't looking too good for them, but then again, they found their composure. Remember, it was a 3-5 scoreline. Endpoint, they were 1 round away from being reset. If CX had won that round, that could have easily been a 7-4 scoreline. But instead, Endpoint, you had the massive clutch, from Mighty Max that actually broke the money from CX, who went reversal. This is a big pistol round now for CX. If they lose this one on their CT side, they will go down in a deficit potentially of 13-5. When you factor in the pistol round win for Endpoint, 11-5. Winning versus the Force Spy, 12-5, and the Eco, 13-5. Could easily be the scoreline, sorry, if Endpoint do win this pistol.
So much to play for here on the opening pistol as well. This basically decides whether or not they're going to be able to try and progress through in the second half, or if Endpoint are going to get this under their belt. 13 rounds secured off the back of that is essentially how it should go. And that's so close to locking down map 1, taking Mirage of a Storm.
Round number 16 now. Second pistol here of the first map of the grand finals. Aggression already towards ramp. Dom going towards Sandwich, and actually this off angle should be able to catch Endpoint off guard and see what they can do if they can land the headshots though when the push really does come to shove.
Dom waiting out, support with Link. They've got that 3-man setup as they are tapping away, but they're a little bit blind, a little bit unsure of where they are. Oh, it's awkward, but he finds the shots he needs, but it comes up 3 frags for Endpoint. It's just LS and Rezu remaining, and they are miles away.
It's an old strat we used to do. Smoke towards stairs, smoke towards jungle. You double HE grenade the players that use smokes towards CT, and you can see they got that kill onto Link from CT off the back of those HE grenades, but here comes the retake 2 versus 4. They have no kit.
Oh, Rezu in the background, no flashbangs there. A little bit awkward as they are just roaming around. They're actually finding the frags they need to get, but it's Yannick and Mighty Max to close it out. They get the opening pistol, and they start to set themselves up for what could be a very fast first map here.
11-5, Endpoint winning both pistols. Usually on a map, when a team wins 2 pistols, you've got to be expecting them or favouring them to win. The reason being is you win the pistol round, you win versus the Force Buy, versus the CZs, the Scouts, no Kevlar, whatnot. You win versus the Eco. That's essentially 3 rounds, right? You times that by 2, that's 6 rounds. You need 16 rounds to win. That's almost a third of the rounds you need to win off the back of just the pistols, forgetting, of course, the buy rounds. Anyway, though, round number 17, 11-5 with the scoreline. The Force Buy is in friction right now for CEX.
Rezu has to try and drop down with the scout. LS is there as well as the flashes do start to come through. They are blind and confused, expecting this push to come in. Are they going to be ready for this Endpoint? They've got the map control as well. Look at this, uncontested. IMI allowed to take short control.
I'm short now already. Rezu with the scout, he has no Kevlar, 32 HP for him. Just one shot from this AK will take him down. Does get, oh, actually doesn't even get the tag off there. His teammate, LS, will go down, standing against the double with the triple entry there of the MAC-10. That's $1,800 instantly injected into Stanley's balance. And now Link, I was going to say Dom as well, but Dom will go down. This is going to be Link now trying to play for Exits and try see if he can scavenge any scraps that's left over. And there you have it, 12-5, 7-round advantage already here for Endpoint as we go to round number 18, but it's going to be the Eco now from CX on the CT side. It's a disaster so far for CX on this first map.
There's a thing as well, you can see the fact that Stanley, he's always had so many amazing performances, show-stopping games on Mirage. This has always been his home map, I'd say, by far. 19 frags on the board right now, topping the scoreboard for the side of Endpoint, the stand dog. And he is just doing work, snots.
Yeah. On the CT side, it plays towards B, but on the T side, it's usually the connector player. It really is the front force of the T sides from Endpoint. Anyway, their aggression towards them. Actually, the 3 versus 3, even though this is close. Obviously, there's no Kevlar right now for the players from CEX. There's still a very favourable round here for Endpoint.
Yes, indeed. IMI, though, caught out guard. He does have a scout at least to play with, so he's able to find a couple of frags here and there. Very effective with a weapon as he can wield it like an orb. He's just getting those tags off. Close range CZ combat as well. He will come out on top of an absolutely spectacular headshot. Simply show-stopping right now from Endpoint as IMI goes for the long-range frag as well.
13-5. An 8-round advantage now for Endpoint on the T-side Mirage. Yesterday versus Reason, it was Endpoint's T-sides that really demolished anything Reason could bring to the party. Let's see now if it's the same here as we go into the buy rounds. 5 AKs, fast play towards A from Stanley.
Stanley wants to try and make something work as he will sprint out, spams through the smoke, but not really going to connect onto anything just yet as they have to just try and hunker down for the meantime, restructure this attack and work out what they want to do. The first time we've actually seen really any aggressive map control being taken by CEX.
One minute, 25 on the clock here. Bomb towards ramp. IMI towards Palace. 2 players towards top middle. YNC outside B, holding for any aggression from CEX. Which there is. LS, and I believe it's Astro there. Pushing in. Actually, Rezu here, not Astro. Astro is going to be playing towards CT ticket booth. Hasn't got the op this time, just the M4. One of the issues right now for CX is the fact that no one has actually bought kits. If the bomb is planted for Endpoint, it will have to be a 10-second defuse by CX. Now the bomb has rejoined the ranks here towards B. Mighty Max has the smoke. He's smoked out towards CT, I believe. There were flashbang as well as the Molotov to try to sell the fake. And here comes the B split from Endpoint. As he'll be pincering in this B side. Rezu has to go huge.
Rezu, tries to do damage, but it's not going to work out. Stanley and YNC that are making everything go in their favour right now. Max does fall towards the A-bomb side, but it doesn't really matter. It's Link and Astro that remain. Sure, they can be fantastic players in their own right, but in this scenario, it's almost unwinnable.
There you have it. As we go into round number 20, it's going to be 14-5 here. Link and Astro forced to save their weaponry into round number 20. A very convincing B split found by Endpoint. It seems like they sensed or suspected weakness from LS and Rezu's hold towards that B bomb site. Thing is as well, towards middle, you saw how passive they played, right? Astro, being the mid player for CEX, played towards CT ticket booth. You had a player towards connector, but the problem is the player towards connector wasn't spotting towards mid, so you saw the shock on Rezu's face as soon as those players from Endpoint were stomping up B short, and they found themselves an easy bomb site to take over. 21-12 for Stanley right now. Incredible performance from him. And right now the same can't be said for CX. 11 kills for Dom, 11 kills for LS. And about that, they're the only players really stepping up here for CX.
Going to try and work their way over towards that B-bomb site. Once again, go for this aggressive play. They have a little more utility to aid them as well. But the setup is aggressive for CX. They're going to be charging straight through. You've got Rezu going to go for the flashbang to aid his teammate that's playing anti-flash. Then going to peek into the push and spam away with the SMG. He's actually got the scout. This is very cheeky. It's a close range angle, just a pixel shot he's going to try and go for. Even then, he's only going to get a tag off, just the one, as they might be low. Actually, Fasher and Stanley could go down to AG if they can get it off. He does peek through. Rezu gets one and the second. Astro does damage as well. YNC will fall, and it's all up to Max now. He can be such a huge clutch player, but not today.
14-6.